BBC News with Sue Montgomery. The United States has hailed the first civilian charter flight from Afghanistan since the American military withdrawal as a positive first step. Qatar Airways flew more than 100 foreign nationals from Kabul to Doha. They included 13 Britons and up to 30 Americans. The Qatari special envoy to Afghanistan, Mutlaq al-Qahtani, said the free movement of people with valid documents was now possible.
No doubt we have faced big challenges, but with the help of our Afghan brothers, as well as Qatari experts and technicians, we fixed a lot of issues. And I think we can announce the airport is at the start of getting ready for air navigation.
The Biden administration has filed a civil suit against the state of Texas over its near-total ban on abortion, seeking for the law to be declared invalid. The U.S. Attorney General, Merrick Garland, said the Texas legislation openly defied the U.S. Constitution, violated Supreme Court precedent, and illegally interfered with federal interests. Morocco's Prime Minister Saadetdine El Othmani has resigned as leader of the governing Islamist party, hours after a resounding defeat in parliamentary elections. The Justice and Development Party, or PJD, announced Mr El Othmani had quit, along with all members of the party's General Secretariat. Richard Hamilton reports.
This is a humiliating, crushing and unexpected defeat for the moderate Islamist party, the PJD, which had led the governing coalition for a decade. The party saw its support collapse from 125 seats in the outgoing assembly to just 12, and there was little choice but for Mr El Othmani to step down. The PJD called the results incomprehensible and illogical. The Liberal RNI party won most seats in Parliament. Its leader, the billionaire businessman and agriculture minister Aziz Akhanouch, is seen as close to King Mohammed VI, and he will probably be the country's next prime minister.
The International Atomic Energy Agency has announced a review of Japan's decision to start pouring 1 million tonnes of contaminated wastewater from the stricken Fukushima nuclear plant into the sea. Here's Will Leonardo.
This water has already been treated even before it's diluted, so most of the worst isotopes have been taken out. There's one that remains, it's called tritium, and it's actually not hugely harmful for humans. So altogether, the Japanese government has made this case to say it's been treated, we're going to dilute it to a point that the tritium is less than you would get in drinking water, and we're going to flush it into the sea. The interesting thing about this review that they're conducting is that they've decided to go for a science-based approach, and that appears to be an attempt to calm fears because of the backlash against this.
BBC News. The head of the European Central Bank says the economies of countries that use the euro are rebounding from the effects of the coronavirus pandemic. Christine Lagarde said output in the eurozone was expected to exceed pre-pandemic levels by the end of the year. She said the recovery continued to depend on progress with vaccinations. Police in Austria say a man kept the mummified corpse of his mother in his basement for over a year, while continuing to receive her pension and care allowance. The 89-year-old woman, who had dementia, is thought to have died of natural causes. Our Europe editor, Danny Eberhard, has more details.
The suspected fraud came to light only when a new postman returned the lady's benefit payments. The son had refused his request, police say, to actually see the intended recipient. That sparked an investigation and led to the subsequent grisly discovery. Police have told Austria's public broadcaster, ORF, that the 66-year-old suspect had confessed. They say he used ice packs to keep his mother's body cool and covered it with bandages and then cat litter, which in effect mummified her. He's believed to have illegally received nearly $60,000 in payments.
Some 800 people have had to be evacuated because of a forest fire that's burning near the southern Spanish resort of Estepona. Strong winds are complicating efforts to fight the blaze in the mountains of the Sierra Bermeja. Officials believe it may have been started deliberately. The German footballer Jerome Boateng has been convicted of assaulting his former partner and ordered to pay $2.1 million in damages. The 2014 World Cup winner and former Bayern Munich defender punched the mother of his 2 daughters during an argument on a Caribbean holiday 3 years ago. BBC News.